This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. That small stuff too. Yeah, but you gotta have to do it. Like, because here's where it's gonna. No, it's gotta go right here. So. No, it's over here. Right?
So this is the road that goes to Lowe's.
There. Yeah. So come down across and then run down. But that's nowhere on.
We ready? I'd like to call the meeting to order. Planning board meeting for Tuesday, August 19th. The first thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from July 15th meeting. Is there any corrections we need to look at?
Madam Chairman, I visited the town hall earlier to point out just a slight correction in the minutes as to the property I had expressed an interest in the town buying. And this has been done and it's in our new minutes. The property I said I would love for the town to buy or buy back is the property up near the little reflection area where the fountain is. Love to see that purchased by the town and have a parking lot, a restroom, a nice trailhead. It just broke my heart when the town sold it. That was just my comment. It was not next to the maintenance barn, and the minutes reflect that. So
You're speaking on the trail.
yes, that area.
Trail
Yes,
area.
yes.
And she did speak of that at the last meeting. So
Yes.
you like that in the minutes?
Well, it's in the minutes now, the corrected minutes that
Okay.
were passed out to us right here.
Oh, thank you.
So with those corrections, I move we approve the minutes of the planning board's last meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay. Do we all approve?
Aye.
All approve? And the next thing on the agenda. My agenda is.
Here's another.
Okay, it's section 3, our administrative site plans review for 301 WB McLean Drive. And Gene, would you like to talk about this a little bit?
Be happy to.
Thank you.
So we have a site plan in front of us, and it's for Taco Bell at 301 WB McLean Drive. Changed our process some, and with the town doing administrative site plan review, which comes before this board, I thought it would be good that y'all had all the comments from all of the agencies that are able to comment on these things, or should comment, or should have no comment if they don't have a comment on these things. That way it's a much more transparent process across the board. We don't get any surprises there down the line as we start to review these things. And so what you see before you is a technical review process. I've used the same process the last two places that I've been. It seems to work pretty well. Open to any suggestions y'all have in changing this process. But all the same, before you have the comments. And if you walk through them, and I'm on the July 1st, it's the second page under this tab. July 31st, 2025 Technical Review Committee. So Western Carteret Fire and EMS, they actually had this site plan before we did. And so they had no comments at this time. Carteret Craven Electric Cooperative had no comments. Environmental Health didn't have any comments at this time.
Excuse me. Do we question now or wait till you finish?
So if you wait for me to finish,
Okay.
what I'd like to do, and I should have walked through this a little more, I apologize for that. So what I should have done is said, I think now is the time after we go through these comments that you add any comments that the planning board has, and we can get these back to the applicant for them to address. The other thing is it makes it really easy for us from a staff perspective to walk back through and make sure these are addressed. So if it was, just for instance, because it's the first, it's Western Carteret Fire and EMS comment, say they said they had to do this, that, or the other, it makes it easy for us. I'm not a fire professional. It's not what I do for a living. But it makes it really easy for me to email the fire marshal and say, have they satisfied this comment? And if it's yes, then I can either report back to y'all, or if you give conditional approval based on the comments being met, which is very common in one of these things. I'm not issuing that approval until I get that from the fire marshal that says they've met this. So that's the reason for this process. Anyway, so and I'll give y'all the opportunity at the end to ask any questions or add any comments you'd like to this that need to be addressed as well.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So North Carolina Department of Transportation, NCDOT requires storage within the site to accommodate a minimum of 8 vehicles per service lane from the menu board. This needs to be shown on the plan. Carteret County GIS. So GIS does the addressing on these sites. So that would be their comment if they had one. They didn't have any. Lisa didn't have any comments from West Carteret, or nothing from Coastal Management. DWR, which is Division of Water Resources, did not have any comments. The CPLO office at Cherry Point did not believe that this impacted the airfield at Bode. Nothing from the Building Codes Administrator. Town of Cape Carteret staff, we had 2 comments that all signage shall be subject to the provisions of Chapter 16. That's our sign ordinance. So every bit of signage that they do is going to have to comply. And then parking shall be provided consistent. They didn't give us how many seats were in the restaurant, and so we're going to need that to calculate the parking. So that kind of gives you the method to the madness of how we do this. And at this point, if y'all had any comments or any questions, and I think there's representatives online tonight, so they may be able to answer some of those, or we may be able to scribe those, and we will, and return those to the applicant. So I would turn it back over to y'all.
Is there any comments?
I had a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to receive a copy of the approved plans for the handling of the septic, which I understand is an engineered plan to pump the sewage behind the shopping center to septic and drain field. They have not approached CCCS for sewer service, and Amy Guthrie told me that there has been a plan approved. I'd like to see a copy of that plan, and I am most certainly interested in the plan of the piping to get from this building to behind the shopping center. And I want to be sure if they impact any of that beautifully just resurfaced road, that it's repaired to my satisfaction, since I paid for it and I have not been reimbursed by these owners.
Molly, do you have a comment to the direct bore application that we're going to do with the sewage?
I'd just like to see the items that are outlined by the town asking for the capacity for the building, and the NCDOT requiring 8 vehicles, and I'm counting 7, correct me if I'm wrong, in that menu lane. Is that correct? For those to be met before we can proceed with anything else.
Yes, ma'am.
I would respectfully request bigger plans. I did my best with a magnifying glass, but it was very hard to read these and make sure I understood what they were saying.
So as we currently speak, we're questioning the seats and that's tying to the parking area.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And then also requesting the sewer area permits from Carteret County Environmental Health from Amy Guthrie. So I'd like to make a motion to delay this.
1 minute.
So there are representatives, I believe, online that may be able to address any of these items, and I'd like to give them an opportunity to do so before y'all do tables.
Okay.
Yeah, hi there. Can you guys hear me okay?
I would like to know where the lot is.
It's the old Wells Fargo Wachovia building.
That's the lot?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you guys hear me now?
Molly, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. It's a little bit of an echo though.
Who's Molly with? Okay.
Molly, try us again.
Can you hear me now?
No, we can't hear you now. All right, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys. Can you guys hear me?
Still can't hear you.
No.
Bear with us, Molly, we're getting there.
Okay.
All right, we got you now.
You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My name is Molly Redmond. I work for the civil engineering company CEC. And with me, I have Blake, who works for Flynn. To answer a couple of your questions, specifically about the asphalt, we plan to do directional boring for the piping from our site to the septic system. So there would be small pits that we would need to do, but we wouldn't be tearing up the entire pavement for that.
And we would like that, you put that in writing for us in the paperwork and show us where.
Yeah. I don't know if you have our full construction documents, but it is in our full construction documents is the 600 series, and it shows the run of the pipes, and then it also shows the septic system.
So we'll be getting those from you? The full construction documents?
We have one copy of the full construction documents, but they were about that thick, so it was, I can look at that and share that with you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the 600 series?
Yeah. Our pages are numbers, and it's C600 is where it starts, but it takes up a couple of pages because it's kind of long. So it's just all the 600s in that set would show the septic run.
Molly, the plans that we have, we're questioning the pleading to the parking. Do you know what the total seats are to the parking?
Molly, we're going to provide you all these comments in writing and expect you to address them one by one each way back in writing. So.
Yeah. I think, Blake, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's usually about 40 seats in the Taco Bells.
I believe this one, due to the size of the building, is about 44.
Okay. Yeah.
Very
44 seats.
Yeah, we'll want that noted on the plan. This is submitted, and we'll send you that comment, right? So.
Okay. Yeah, sounds great. And then I think the only other outstanding one was about the DOT stacking. We definitely have the space to add additional cars. It'll just be us showing it on the plans, but we definitely have the room for it.
Very good. We'll compile the rest of the comments from the Planning Commission tomorrow and have those to you before the end of business.
Okay.
Is there all the questions been answered for right now? Okay.
Thank you, Molly. Yeah.
Gene, so you'll get these questions through them?
Yes, ma'am. We'll finish writing the questions that came from tonight.
Okay.
We'll include them similar to what that list is that you have for you tonight.
Okay.
And we'll get them and have them answer those and write them back to us, so we have the record of that.
So, and Amy Gunther said she had copies of the sewage plan.
So, So we got a copy in there of the full set of plans
Okay,
for that. So what I generally provide the planning commission is the site plan, because the site plan is what we're reviewing, but it's the question about the sewer is pertinent in this instance.
okay.
So at this point, I guess we just need to make a motion to table it till next month.
Correct.
So I have no problem making a motion that we table it for 30 days till the next meeting. We get all the questions answered.
Okay, Jeremy, do we have a second
I'll
to
second.
table it? I think it might. All in favor of table it to next month?
Aye.
You did think Molly, right?
We did.
Okay. All right, it's nice to know that somebody wants to come to Cape Carteret to feed us. All right, the next, issue number 4 is administrative site plan review for 110 Manatee and 113 Fajita.
All right, I'll run over this one for you. So, just a little history here. Y'all, of course, looked at this 2 months ago with the rezone. I noted that these two parcels have been recombined. Last month, y'all made the recommendation for approval, and the commissioners, this month, did approve the rezoning for that site. So this is the site plan approval for that same property. So I'm gonna run through the comments, just like I did on the last one, and we'll give y'all opportunity to ask the questions you have. Western Carter Fire said that the site meets the 2018 fire code. No further comments. No comment from Will Pittman and Carter Creighton. No comments from Anita George at Carter County Environmental Health. No comments from DOT, of course, this is County Street, not DHEC. No comments from Carter County GIS. West Carter Water had 2 small comments. One is this is a small section in the water system that doesn't currently have water main. Stop short of the property, but install water service in northeast corner is not a problem. Note that this location is on the list to be completed by the end of 2026. DCM, no camera permit required. DWR has concerns that there's a wetland on site. Well, I asked them to relook at this. I'm familiar with that site, as many of y'all are. I don't believe there's wetlands on that site. I don't believe they took a good look at it. So we'll question that comment more. So Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point reviewed this and determined that the land use is compatible with their mission. No comments from the building inspector, and the only comment that the town had was that the buffer provided will be consistent with 1412, and that's the buffer that you see between residential and commercial property.
Let me ask you this, Gene, on this wetlands, do we have permission to go ahead and approve it?
So you could, anytime there's outline comments, you'll hear me say this again, we kind of adopt this process and so on. So there's always going to be things that are outlined. And so what I would recommend you do, if you decide to do that, is approve it contingent or conditional, when you want to, upon all the comments being made. Or satisfied, either one of those things. So that, and I will tell you, with things like this, that's a very, very common occurrence. And again, we have this process in writing, and it's transparent, everybody knows what the comment is, and the person that made the comment is responsible for that comment, which is important. A lot of times you see a lot less comments from these agencies when they have to be responsible for these comments, instead of just putting it on the town to do this. That's a good way to do it, but I would do the same thing I mentioned in the last one, is I would, DWR, I would reach out and send me an email to satisfy that. Makes it really easy for us because there's no subjectivity. We do it's yes or it's no.
Okay, well, he made the comment that it may be
Right.
on the site. I mean,
I think they need to take a better look at that.
well, he's not saying it is wetlands. He just said that the wetlands may be on site.
That's right. They may be on any site.
Yeah.
Maybe.
after it rains in front of my house, it probably is a wetland.
We have a lot of wetlands this week.
Yes. A lot of wetlands.
Okay, do I have a motion for approval? I'll make a motion to approve. Do I need a second?
Are you approving it on all conditions being met
Yes.
or all comments being met?
Right. And then, you know, the wetland issue, he said it may be, so he didn't even take the time to look at it. So, and I've been over there quite a bit. Doing community watch and things. I don't think there's any wetlands over there.
And I'll second it.
Jeremy, did you second it?
I did.
Jeremy second, all in approval? Aye. Did you want to ask a question, Mike?
I approve.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your time and patience with us. And Gene will get that updated for us.
I appreciate your comments about agencies having to put their names to questions.
I think it's exceptionally important. I think that when we have your phone number on here, and we have your email address, you have to be accountable for your comment. I think that's important.
Yes.
I saw a TRC process years ago that it was not that way. They were just making the planning part, that coming back. And really easy to make a comment, you didn't have to be accountable for it. And so I like this process better because if the comment's real, nobody minds anything. If I make a comment, I'll put my name on it. Or else I wouldn't make a comment.
Well, just streamlines what y'all do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And like I said, he put may be, so you know that.
I'm just kidding. I'm just.
All right, the next issue is number 5, discussing the town stormwater regulations. And Gene, would you like to speak on this matter?
So this is just something I want y'all to consider, just think about everything. I'm not proposing any change tonight or anything else. So one of the issues that we've had with this wet is this summer again, is there's been multiple times that I've gone to site because of complaints, or that I knew the site was, I'm talking about new construction, renovation, it could be any ground construction activity, anything that silt fence is required. So I think if you want to think about it in that box, that would be a good way to think about it. So we had a complaint, the fact that I came upon it, the fact that I read somewhere and I saw this big old silt plume coming down the creek or the sound. Long story short is silt fence isn't always enough. And so what I want y'all to consider, we have a runoff prevention policy in our ordinance. So I don't want to be overbearing on anyone. I firmly believe in personal property rights. I do. But I also think that there's instances where the silt fence is put up, the grade that where the water's running off of is too steep, and that silt fence isn't enough to do that. I had an instance, I won't give you any addresses, but there were 2 instances this past week. But one of the instances, literally, I went out there and I told the guy, I said, "Hey, look, get you 5 square bales of straw. Put in front of that. Like that's as hard as it is." I have no way to enforce that currently. Like I have no way to put any teeth in that. I mean, I can put a stop work order on this project, but if I go out and I explain this to the complainant, so I go out and put a stop work order on your project, are you putting that silt fence back up? Nope, you're stopping work. So if you stop work, the next time it rains, guess what? It's going to do it again. So what am I accomplishing? So we're better off to work with them than put a stop work order on it and stop work. So I've got some verbiage just in my mind that I'd like to add to that. And it's as simple as, the UDO administrator has the ability to go out and apply additional best management practices when they observe that the silt fence or the initial practice is not performing as designed. It can be as simple as that. Again, I don't want to be overbearing with this, but if it's as easy as, you need a second layer silt fence. One of them, I've been out there 3 times. Silt fence, they put it back up. I mean, these are nice folks. These aren't folks that are defining us. I mean, they're not saying, no, I'm not going to do it.
It's just rushing down.
Yeah, it's just every time it rains, the way that the grade is right there, it's hitting that fence in one spot, it's knocking the fence down, and next thing you know, you've got mud. I mean, it's no more complicated than that.
Yeah.
5 square miles to fix that.
You don't want to, it costs them money if we stop the project. And too, you may have some people who don't understand that.
Sure, that's exactly right. And our intent is not to stop the project.
Right.
It's to prevent runoff.
Right.
Okay, so
Protect our water.
just think about that over the next month or so. I'll probably throw y'all some language in the next meeting.
Great.
To look at. So, any questions on that?
No, just provide it to us and we'll review it. That sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Dean.
Ma'am.
Next is, next board meeting, who's to speak. And I'll be glad to do that, okay?
All right.
I've been pushing on all you all, right? Jeremy's been there, all of you've done it, so I think maybe I should do that. All right, and the next planning board meeting is Tuesday, September 16th. Everything good with that for everybody?
Ma'am.
At 6 o'clock, right?
6 o'clock.
All right, we got Jean and would y'all like to have comments?
We have no comments.
No comments? No comments, that's a
Sorry, I
good
meant to
thing,
speak to you.
right?
Do you have comments?
No comments? You're doing great. Thank you for doing our books for us. And the planning board members, would y'all like to say anything? Any issues that we know of?
Been addressed. Thank you.
Well, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
I have a motion. Got a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
I would like to make a comment.
You're welcome to do that.
I feel that the citizens of Margaret deserve to be able to hear the meetings when they come to the meeting room. I know that we're planning on having a new meeting, town hall, a new town hall. But we have to be sure that we get money for it. And we have done nothing so far as to getting approval of the town, if they want it or not. And we're supposed to be waiting for money from the state, and who knows how long it'll take them to get around for it. And I just think that we're just as privileged to be able to hear the meeting as you are privileged to take the minutes and let the very few people who come online and the press be able to hear it. And I can only hear some of it because you speak to each other. When they're the commissioners, they speak to each other. They don't speak out at the audience. And I have sat right behind that podium, and I have not been able to hear a word that people have said. Like Deanna from the gym, I didn't hear a thing when she spoke. And the lady that was talking about chickens, I didn't hear any of that. That was maybe before James' time. But I just think that we deserve a sound system in this room. Frank said that he didn't want to spend $4,000. And I had friends that said that maybe you could do it for $1,000. But I spoke to Gene tonight, and they're not even considering it. And I think that's sinful. Because I've been coming ever since my husband died, December 9th of 2012. And I've come to every possible meeting. And they even this way I discovered. Last week I heard from Rhonda Fowler that people wanted to know where I was. And my son had come in 1 week and the next week, for some reason, the thing that affects me in age is tiredness. And I just was too tired. And there are only 2 things on the agenda, so I stayed.
We did miss you.
Yes, we did. We did, and we
Missed
said
out,
so.
yes.
Yeah.
But the accent broke to me. And then when I had a message on Facebook from Wanda Fowler, the former mayor's wife, that people were worried about me.
Yeah.
I was honored. Because I do love this town, and I feel that I've done a lot of things that have helped the citizens
Oh, yeah.
individually.
Oh, yeah.
Like now this coming September, they're going to pick up things that don't fit in the garbage can. And a couple of town budget meetings with Paxton and I were the only 2 that were here.
Yep.
I brought up that, and I also brought up getting every other month debris picked up.
Yes, thank you.
So, for a little girl from 100 Acre Town in Illinois, I'm very proud of what I've done.
We're proud of you.
And I would like to be able to hear everything. Thank you very much.
And Ms. Dot, you can get a copy of our minutes too, if you'd like to do that.
Well,
you know-
I can get them online.
Well, yes.
I'd like to be able to, why come if I'm not going to hear it?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
like to see everybody, that's true, but, and I like to, but anyhow, that's my desire.
And
That's what I've been working on ever since, a year ago, September, when they first started showing the plans of the, new town hall.
Right.
And then since then, I know in December, they talked to Celeste, the county, the state representative, and I talked to her. She sat right next to me when she was being elected, and we had all sorts of stuff going on, and she remembered everything that happened. when She was here, so she's must be a very good representative. And thank you very much.
thank you, and thank you for bringing up about a new town hall. Our police department needs a better area and our staff and better equipment within. So we're gonna get Gene working on, keep on going. Find that money.
I know last December, Frank met with a group of people, and, but I haven't heard anything.
I haven't either.
Since.
Yeah.
And I know how, see, I used to work for a law, and I think that's where I got my interest, because we were the town lawyers. And I think that's my interest in Kate Cartwright. And
Well, I may have been listening to the wrong rumors, but I understood it was very unlikely that we're going to get any money anytime for a town hall.
So I understand this, but we did not receive any in the last session.
Right.
Rest assured, we will be back asking again. We did not receive any in the last session.
Right. But,
We've got the perfect land for a new town hall.
No doubt.
I think we had an offer way back. What's the drugstores in Morale?
Big Walgreens?
No.
CVS?
CVS?
CVS wanted this land.
I'm sure.
They were after this land, so, we could put,
Like it.
oh yeah, CVS was after it, so
but where would we go?
that's right. We don't need CVS, we need a new town hall. That's right.
And I didn't know what all the parking lot was for. That was the thing I didn't understand. Unless that was for when we have events. That was a big parking lot.
I think it would be a beautiful place right there. Our police department or town hall, facing the highway.
All right, y'all are adjourned. Yeah.